Hello everyone, this is BDF44 coming up with you with another video. Toronto Raptors win the championship. I'm sure everybody in Toronto is ecstatic at the moment. Congratulations to you guys, you deserve it. I was rooting for you, even though y'all started doing some fuck shit when it was time for, support to KD. The arena acted a fool, so that made everybody feel away. But I think at the end of the day, we should be very, very proud of yourselves. You overcame the Warriors, and that's not something everyone is able to do. So congratulations to y'all. Right now, I'm thinking about the Lakers as usual. The Lakers are pretty freaking good when you consider what they already have. The only problem was the injuries and the fact that they didn't have enough shooting surrounding the players that they had. I think the Lakers are a very easy team to construct around right now. You get yourself some shooters, you get yourself some perimeter defensive players, you get yourself a dominant rebounding and shot blocking big man, someone who's competent enough to hit a free throw and dunk a ball, and you move with that. You get a stretch four coming off your bench. You got a stretch five, someone like a Brook Lopez who can come off the bench and give you a little bit of that 3-point shooting, not someone who sucks like Muscala, but someone who can actually play the game. And then you make sure that you keep all of your kids and give them high usage situations. And of course, you want to have some sort of backup point guard for Lonzo Ball. If it's not someone that you're going to get with the fourth pick like Garland or White, then it should probably be re-signing Rondo to another year. I don't particularly want to bring back Rondo. I think at this point it's safe to say that he's not going to really contribute as much as you want him to right now. He's more so better as a coach at this point. I don't know if he, what he has in the tank, what he doesn't. But at this point, I want the Lakers to kind of go in a different direction with the backup point guard position. But because of LeBron James, I think when you have a player like Lonzo Ball who can do all the passing and all that good stuff, and you bring in, of course, a LeBron James who's one of the greatest passers the game has ever had, you really don't need another point guard that's doing pass work. You need a point guard that's going to shoot. You need a Kyrie Irving. And again, I mentioned Darius Garland because he's right there in our clutches and he fits everything that I have in mind for my backup point guard position right now. And that's the thing. I do believe, call me crazy, but I do believe if we were to draft this kid, he comes in and plays a Lou Williams role right away. Now, he's not going to be Lou Williams. Let's not be stupid here. He's got to develop and become himself. But one thing he can do right away is shake people down and shoot some really good shots. And he's a gifted passer in terms of his ability to make those passes. And I don't know if he reads the floor quite the way that I think he will over the years to come. But, with his ability, just the physical ability to get these passes off and do flashy passes and things like that is an underrated attribute to his game. So I'm really excited about the opportunity to have this kid on the team. Although I'd be a lying fool if I said we were the best fit for him. I'd much rather, if I were in his corner, see him in Phoenix or Chicago. But as a Laker fan, I don't care about that. Bring him here. So that's what I think the Lakers should do with the draft pick. I know they like Culver. Culver's a nice kid. And there are a couple other players in this draft, of course, that I really, really like and I've made videos about in the past. But as the draft is approaching right now, coming up in about 6 days, it's looking more and more likely that the Lakers may not have their pick. Obviously, there's this trade going on with Anthony Davis, that I am completely against, and I've made a video on that. But I'll just leave this part of it to be said again. If you do this, you're depleting yourself of assets that you could pair with him later on, which are going to make the team deeper for him and gives him a little more cushion to rest during certain situations, take games off where it need be, or what have you. And that's what is wrong with the Golden State Warriors. They could not afford to sustain a championship run without the services of KD, even though he was injured. That was because they didn't have depth. And they lost the championship tonight because of it. And, I think that's what it really comes down to in trying to construct this team. You have LeBron James under contract for 4 years. So whatever it is that he wants or you think that he needs immediately does not matter. Because if you get him a team with a player with a 1-year deal and that player doesn't stay in AD, he's going to be in the boat with us when this thing goes to shit. And he's not going to have the kids as teammates. He's going to have to figure out who his teammates are from that point. Everybody's so certain AD's going to stay, and I would prefer the Lakers don't do this. So, anyway, that's just me talking in circles about my squad. I think at the end of the day, if we're winning championships, I'm not going to have a whole lot to complain about. But there's something to be said for knowing that your team is going to suck the next year after winning a championship. Toronto, there's no guarantee Toronto's going to be any good next year. I'm not going to lie to you guys. If Kawhi leaves, they may still blow that thing up, especially now that they've won. Obviously, you keep Pascal Siakam. But do they believe in Kyle Lowry? Just because he won tonight, he had a really good game in the finals tonight. He went off. Don't get it twisted. He went off. But do they believe in him to the degree of wanting to pay him big money again, or do they go in a different direction with their cap space? I don't know. If Kawhi leaves, I would not be surprised if we see an entirely different Toronto Raptors team built around Pascal Siakam next year. Obviously, Van Fleet needs to be there, but I can see Serge Ibaka being elsewhere. I can see Marc Gasol being elsewhere. I can see some of the bench players like Norman Powell and Jeremy Lin, all those guys. I can see them elsewhere if they're not under contract. I do not know everyone's contract situation, but I'm just saying. Really, Masai Ujiri with the Toronto Raptors, what he was essentially trying to do was make a decision between blowing the team up or giving it one last hurrah. And he gave it one last hurrah, and we see it ended in a championship. That's a concern if Kawhi leaves, because it's like, yeah, you got a championship, but how long is it going to be before you put yourself in that position again? You know, and that's the issue. They could be at the bottom of the barrel 2-3 years from now if things don't fall in line from this point. It's like, yeah, they hoist a trophy, which the Lakers could do if they put AD together and somehow LeBron and AD could do it. But if AD doesn't stay, or even so, if he does stay and goes down with a very serious injury and isn't the same player, what if LeBron James starts to fall off big time? He's taking up half our cap. What happens then? It's like if you give away pieces that would help smooth out those circumstances, just for a piece that you can turn around and sign next year anyway, or even worse, not sign next year. That's going to leave you in a bad space. That's going to leave you in a position to really, really have to struggle, trying to find young talent, trying to get people to come play with you, trying to keep LeBron James happy somehow without any real young talent to play with. This is a young league. That's what people need to understand. Even the best players are under 27, 28 years old. Like, it's a young man's league. And if you don't have young talent, probably getting run out of the gym 9 out of 10 nights. And I just don't know if LeBron James at this age, 34 years of age, and Anthony Davis is going to be enough to just hoist us past all these teams. You know? So, take it for what it's worth. Anyway, that's my take on things. BDF 44 at you again. Peace.